Howdy, y'all. Welcome back. Thank you for being here. Truly remarkable is the passion and perseverance that was continuously written of in the northernmost reaches of the Americas. In the frozen tundras, winterized settlements flourished into vastly constructed cities of the utmost importance, with trade seemingly amplified through an aptitude for survival. Yet, as history often is a watered down, translated mishmashing of achievements calculatingly written from behind the closed doors of the victors, we must again begin to look at what we have in front of us with at least a small portion of deeper contemplation and questioning. For in these frozen tundras, developed one of the most important countries that would flourish into one of the largest trade hubs in the history of mankind. Today, we will examine in great detail the oldest photographs of Canada from the Notman Photographic Archives, consisting of some of the first photographs ever taken of certain towns, monuments, and locations throughout the Canadian territory. The Notman collection truly paints a dichotomy which not even the finest of words could better explain. For in some of these images, we can see that parts of Canada appear almost completely forested, dense with trees, wildlife, and yet routinely, in those same images, we can see what appears to be the residue, whether new creations or ancient findings, that show that even these most remote reaches of Canada had been developed or were beginning to be developed at the time of these photographs. Yet in the same singular collection, which spans the years of 1850 through roughly 1930, we can also see that other pieces of Canada had already gone through a conscious retelling of the history, as we can see ostracized indigenous cultures and their accompanying architecture being quite literally built on top of. The largest cities in Canada are prime with examples of British architecture, often stylized as Gothic Revival or Roman Revival. And while the history books don't make any notes of how exquisite these creations are, it becomes even more interesting as we begin to find the same kind of immense and elaborate architecture being founded in the more remote locations of Canada as well. For what better way to rewrite the history of the furthest reaches of North America than to quite literally claim the history as your own? Alas, it's an often repeated flurry of debate when it comes to trying to decipher the true nature of the current narrative. And yet at the core of these arguments should be the photographic evidence, which allows us the best opportunity to view these structures of Canada and deduce our own opinions about the associated history. My studies today initially centered around Montreal, yet as I began to peek through the veil, I quickly found myself overwhelmed by just how many prime examples could be found of not only elaborate architecture, but also monumental earthworks and other man-made creations which appeared to reshape the narrative entirely. Therefore, I felt to celebrate 160,000 subscribers on my channel, I would take the entire Notman photographic collection, at least what was made available online, translating and providing the titles for each image in hopes of truly orchestrating the means for us to better understand and decipher the history. As always, these photographs are extremely rare, having sat in the archive of the Notman collection for many years. This is the first time that the Notman collection has been digitized, and through my sleuthing, I was able to get my hands on a vast majority of the images. I believe these photographs truly depict Canada in a way that it has never been seen before, at the very beginning of its photographic history. So today, let's roll up our sleeves, take a step back into our time machines, and rip the history books apart as we attempt to view the first photographs ever taken of Canada. High quality images, which I believe will only help to energize us in our research. We have over 130 unique photographs to look at today, so let's begin. As always, save any image from this collection that stands out to you. Feel free to post your own thoughts, ideas, or any questions in the comment section down below, and I will look to address them. I read all of your comments. Feel free to subscribe to my channel or donate, and even share my work, because sharing this research also helps the channel to grow and to look at these photographs, to get them out there to as many people as possible. I believe that will truly open up the avenues for even more effective research. But most of all, I wanted to say thank you. Thank you for being here, and thank you for taking the time to trying to decode the mysterious history that intertwines pretty much everything. Today, we'll be looking at the oldest photographs of Canada. Enjoy!